All right, welcome back to DK's Garage. Hi, Coda. We're going to be working on the Corvette today. As you see here, I got the hood popped open, and the reason why is because I got a few things I'm going to be doing, just kind of tidying up some odds and ends on the car. Whenever I first bought the vehicle, the dealership gave me one key fob, and I bought a second key fob that I was going to program into the vehicle. However, the key that's in this key fob was not working on the back here underneath the trunk or underneath the hatch above the license plate. So it turns out that contacting the dealer that I purchased the vehicle from, they ended up sending me the correct key fob, but the wrong key in the key fob. You can see it separates like this. It probably got mixed up with another car. So this key that I just dropped, that key does not work in the back of my Corvette. So you have to have that key to program a new key fob. So contacted them, and what ended up happening is they found another key in key fob, and they sent it to me overnight. And this key fob works with my car, and you see there, and the key that's in it also works in the back of the car, and it works smooth. So I could program another key fob, but now I don't really need to program a key fob because I have two key fobs, and that's all you ever need, really. But I have a new key fob that I'm going to program, and you can see this one's kind of broken. This is the original one. It's got kind of a crack in the back of it right there. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to program a new key fob. And I'm also going to take the key that works, and I'm going to take it up and actually talk to Chevy. And if you talk to Chevy and you run their, basically you run this VIN number, they can actually program a key fob and get a key cut with your VIN number. And this is your blank key that I'm going to have cut into to make an extra key. So I will have in all 2 correct key fobs and a correct key. So the key fob, the new key fob, is here as well. So this right here is just a blank key, just like that one there is. But basically, if you guys don't know, these key fobs have numbers on the back. So this is number 2. The original one that I got is number 1, and it's cracked. And the one that they sent me was number 2. So turns out this car had 1 and 2 key fobs, and this is another key fob with the number 2 on it. So I'm going to have 2 key fobs with the number 2, basically, is what I'm saying. So this is not the right key for my car. Kind of crazy how it all works out, but I'm going to get all that figured out today. Another thing I'm going to do is install this. This is a Corvette C6 fire extinguisher bracket. I have a fire extinguisher in my Trailhawk Jeep, and I needed one in my Corvette. So what's going to happen? Why, you ask? Well, what is a fire extinguisher for? It's to put out fires, right? All right, so I'm going to mount it in over there. You can see that I have it laying over there just right now because the car hasn't been moved. So I'm going to have that bracket put on there, and we're actually going to mount it in front of the passenger seat. So you see that I have the console kind of tore apart right here. There's a reason for that. I got the head unit installed. That's the Alpine ILX W650. And I was waiting on the Tmod Lower Box for my shifter to come in. And now that it's in, I can install that. All right, so the stock shifter is out. I'm going to be installing the Tmod Lower Box. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more substantial. This is obviously for the Z06 because that's what I have. But it just fits down in here with the stuff put in properly, just like the stock one. Of course, you're going to get the this piece onto the shaft as well, and it lines up. There's a little groove here for you to slip the bolt down, so make sure you line up that little groove, little out on the shaft. And your shifter should be in neutral whenever you're getting to this point. So we're installing this now. I'll put the lower on, and then I'm going to install the Hurst upper on right there. Now, if you look and see the switch that's in here, crawl in here. That switch that I have right here is for my NPP exhaust cutoff switch. So I wired that up right into my fuse box down there, so I could flip this switch and silence my exhaust at highway speeds, or late at night, early in the morning when I'm leaving out of my neighborhood. And this actually will mount. You can see up there, I've got the console out right there. It actually will mount right here because I do not have heated seats. So in the place of the heated seat where the switch would be, I have this is going to mount right there. It's nice and clean. Nice. Whenever I installed the Tmod Lower Box and the Hurst Shifter, I went ahead and took that opportunity to get the Dynomat heat shield. So this Dynomat heating protection right here, this is actually from MGW. And I know that they sold it because I had an MGW in my Grand Sport. And so I just basically contacted them on their website. I ordered an extra couple pieces here, and it kind of cools down the console area. If you guys know, inside here, it gets really, really hot because of the transmission tunnel and the drive shaft tunnel back in under there. So basically it gets, or torque tube, I should say. Basically it gets really hot. So I put some of that heat protection on there to kind of cool it down so it wouldn't get so warm. Put this switch back in where it's going to go. And of course we're going to mount that up, like I said, right there. Now I'll leave a link below to where I got the mount from eBay, and then also where I got the fire extinguisher from the Amazon. So, okay, I'm going to flip this around. You guys got to see this. I have a dog that is absolutely a daddy's boy. And you can see here, he is, yes, he's in the Corvette, and I don't care. It's fine. That's my boy. My boy. So, yeah. So there he is. So we're going to get him out of here, and we're going to get started. Get out of the way, dog. Get down. All right, y'all. So just dropping it off for the window tint. Look a lot different whenever I come back, but look at the rear squat on this thing. So after doing the lower lowering bolts all the way down, front and back, it's got a pretty good squat. I like it. But the back end is going to get tinted with some Dotrix on top. So that dot matrix stuff that's up there that causes a lot of problem with tint, that's not going to have the air bubbles underneath. If you remember back on my Inferno Orange Grand Sport Corvette, they had put some black vinyl up there, and it made it look really, really good. So, but yeah, so that's what it's going to be. 20% tint all the way around, nothing on the windshield. So, but look at that color. God, it's gorgeous. Love this car. All right, y'all, window tint is done. She's dirty though. It rained on me coming back, but it's waterproof. That's why I got the Expel and the ceramic coating on. But you can see the windows. They are tinted dark, 20%. Still needs to cure. Obviously you got some spots in there. You can kind of see the spots here, there, and everything on the window. So once the heat gets to them and everything, they'll even out. Yeah, looking good though. Nice dark tint, love it. All right, guys, so we got it all installed. I'm gonna show you down in here. So as you can see, this is the stock radio. I had to put the stock radio back in because the Alpine that I tried to put in had a bad hissing noise. I worked with Crutchfield on the phone for an hour trying to figure out what was going on, a couple different options. They sent me a filter. The filter didn't do anything. So what I ended up doing was just taking it out. Turns out it was probably a ground issue, but those Alpines, from what I understand, that ILX 650W has some grounding issues. So a couple people have tried to install them in their Corvette. So I just took it out, put the stock one back in. I like it. It's not a problem. I'm just not gonna have a backup camera. I've got a plug to 3.5 jack to plug into my iPhone right here. This is a Pro Clip USA mount with a pop socket on it. I love how that sits with my phone in there. This is that switch I was telling you guys about for the NPP exhaust. I do not have heated seats in this. This is a 1LZ car. So that switch works great for me, flipping on and off right there. It's subtle, it's black, it doesn't light up. I'm fine with that. So, yeah, so put this back in. The Hurst Shifter, real short. You can see here, love how it shifts. I can do it with my left hand, no problem. There at an angle. I do want to do the anti-venom mod, so it's a little bit less notchy. And here is the fire extinguisher mount. You can see we put it in right there. It's in good. It doesn't move. It's substantial. It's, you know, tight. Yeah, so that goes in. It bolts to these bolts right here. You can see it bolted to the seat. You got to take off the black plastic covers on there. Store those away in case you ever want to put them back on. But yeah, so another couple mods done to the car. I'm really enjoying it. It drives so smooth. I just took it up to the gym, came back. So yeah, so that's how we're gonna have it. I do have the rear backup camera and the front camera still installed into the bumper. Eventually one day I may try to change this out again for a screened double din head unit. And I also want to do something with those speakers, those stock speakers. I'm not real big into, I'm not an audiophile. I'm not real big into, you know, subs and doing a huge system with a, you know, a digital audio processor, things like that. But I do want to change the speakers. In fact, this speaker here is blown. I can hear it kind of rattling a little bit on the rock EQ setting for the stock head unit. But anyway, guys, that's where we have it. So make sure you guys subscribe down below for the next video. I got some things coming up I want to show you. And make sure you hit that like button and comment down below any questions or comments you may have. Hope you guys have a good one. Happy Memorial Weekend. Take care, guys. See ya.